Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm doing a little thing here where my daughter's had an art competition and just going over and repainting it. I wasn't there. Again, I'm out here, not in America, and they had an art competition, and so they sent me their drawings, and I did both of them. This one I'm just lassoing stuff around right here. What I wanted to go through today, though, is kind of like an update of where we were at. I know that I made that first video a long time ago. It's gonna update like every day, but had to put some thought into it, kind of change trajectory. I think planning is the most important thing. Execution is important, but we have gotten some of that done. I got a really nasty echo in this room, so it's kind of weird listening to myself. So I'll probably kind of just whisper here, and then I'm gonna have to mess with the audio settings. Okay, so you see here, you can't seem to get the leg right. Well, what I was thinking is like, how much rendering do I actually want to do here? Do I actually want to really repaint this, or kind of just touch it up a little bit? And I think you'll see at the end, I just changed everything. Like composition wise, obviously, I like the three pumpkins. I probably should have kept the three pumpkins going on. And you can see that I got like, I don't know, this is a weird spot because I was trying all new brushes. I was calling this like the HD brush pack or whatever like that. Didn't really work out for the most part. At least, I mean, I like the edge and the grit that some of the brushes I came up with here have, but I just didn't feel like I was like fully on board with like what the brushes were doing. I hate it when I have the wrong settings or the wrong brush or whatever like that. Like I know a lot of people say like, oh, brushes don't matter and stuff, but if you're bad, they really matter. So like for people like me, like you need the right brushes, or else it's like you can't do art, man. You can't do the arts. So here's just some cheater stuff. You know, you could just take whatever picture. It's just to like give like a gouache, I guess. Like just give it a little edge. I don't use it really. You can see I'll just like blur everything out and stuff anyways. It doesn't really stick. But I think you've probably seen tons of videos of this. What I should do though, and I'm convinced that I got to go back and do this, but I'd probably spend, I guess, a whole day getting all these colors and then like put them in a folder. I don't think it would be that much. Like if you did like 10 would be a good start, and you probably get every composition that you want, like 3 at night and like 7 a day. But I think if you did like, let me think, like if you did a folder of like 20, I think you'd be set pretty much for life. You'd have some other ones where you'd have to like figure it out too, but I mean, if you, with those, you can just do it yourself anyways, like manually, but you'd have a good base for everything. Here's just lining in stuff. It's kind of interesting, like doing other people's art though. Like these jeans, these mom jeans, like back in the 70s, 80s, where they were popular, like early 80s. Like, I would have never drawn a character with mom jeans, but you know, my daughter, you know, little fashionista. So I think I used to, it's really weird with the eyes. You just saw me put in the eyes there. I don't think that's the right way to do it. Like I was watching Ahmed Adori do his thing on like some like challenge, and he just like blobbed in two basically. He just like outlines the skulls and then goes in over it. I think that's probably how I should start doing it. I used to do it where I just do lines and then come up underneath and draw the eyeballs, and that's a really bad way to do it. So these pumpkins, probably not the right answer, especially right there. It's kind of distracting. The only thing that's good about this right now is, well, it's not good, it's terrible. You know, it's one of those ones where I should be drawing the feet, but clearly not drawing the feet because I'm being lazy. The thing that I didn't want for this is to have a 1 hour time limit. I don't know what, so this is at 15 minutes I'm looking at. Okay, so this video is 15 minutes, so I wanted, 1 hour, so this is 4x, right? Yeah, this is just color overlays, I think, right now. I think you get the point. Like right here, I could kind of probably, I have a couple of cheater methods from here that I probably could have just did and just kind of called it a day. But I think I just wanted to keep going and actually finish this thing. Like, well, finish in the sense of you have 1 hour to do it. I didn't want to over render because I know you get to a certain point and it just becomes very, very, very silly. You can just, like what you get done in 1 hour, it takes you another, like to improve it from there, it takes you like another 4 to 8 hours. And obviously it's just, I don't know, I feel like really weird about that because I kind of enjoy that because you can just put your headphones on and just grind. It's like raising levels. But at the same time, I know that to get a point across, like if you see this already, I think it's starting to come across like what I think this thing should look like. Whereas if I put in, I don't know, 2-3 more hours, it really wouldn't matter at all, really. So, that's how I see that. Yeah, like I found out this was supposed to be a rabbit afterwards. I thought it was a dog or a cat, and yeah, I was playing around with this brush that I don't actually ever use, but I kind of like it. I've been using it now too. That smoke is terrible. That here is a little bit too long. Now, there's a lot of problems here, but it doesn't matter. We're really just trying to showcase. And then like look at this light. It's, oh man, you know what? There should be some shadow on the hat too, and I know I didn't do that. And then I actually kill a little bit here by overdoing the shadow. I think like near the middle where her pelvis is. See, I shouldn't have cut that shadow out. That middle pelvis piece, that full like Superman shape, that should have stayed in shadow. The whole thing. Yeah, that's a mistake to take that out of shadow. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm pretty lame about how I do my lights and shadows. It's completely wrong. I haven't done enough real studies and I don't reference, so it's freaking terrible. But I basically just put one side. It's like a crappy sphere. Like it's like a crappy box. Like one side gets shadow, one side doesn't. It's really bad. It's horrifyingly bad way to do it. I should definitely study more. Which comes to the next point. Like I really think, after looking at my art and like, the question was, can you as an average artist make money doing art? And I'm starting to see like real artists actually struggle with that. I don't think you monetize up front as much as you think you should be. It needs to be all back end stuff. And I do, not only just back end, if you are a good investor, I think the extra money that you make from art, disposable income you make from art can really help solidify your lifestyle. Because I mean, if you're already making a decent wage or decent living, and then you're just doing this on the side, and then you're using that income to invest in, miscellaneous projects, etc. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, just putting in blues and greens. I think I saw a tutorial somewhere, like the forehead gets blues and the chin gets greens, or maybe it's vice versa. I probably got that completely confused. Like when I'm doing real art, I do that. I usually don't do that for stuff like this, but I think it was just like forced habit to do that. But getting back to the whole concept of where I have to go, I think I've got to just get better at art before, I go forward. I think, so there's two baskets. One is art and one's entertainment. I guess you could entertain, but I think like the entertainment value here is like the journey too. Being able to tell my story, being able to actually finish my comic, I guess. So I did, since we've last started the other one, I think we have like as a full tally, like 14 people on Instagram. I don't even think, I'm trying to think like conversion wise, like what does Instagram do for you? What does DeviantArt do for you? What does Webtoons do for you? Webtoons has the very worst conversion of anything coming off site from all the research I've done. Even though there's like super inflated numbers, the people who are reading Webtoons stay on Webtoons. Even if they like your stuff, I don't think they really follow you. They don't follow creators. I don't think like, even like, you can ask yourself this if you read a Webtoon, like your favorite Webtoon, do you know who the creator is? Do you know who the artist is? Have you ever clicked on their website? Probably not. That's pretty normal. So you got to have this weird like stalker mentality to kind of get off of webtoons and develop person. So I think illustration is actually probably bang for your buck, or entertainment, I would say first, and then illustration probably like bang for your buck, the best way to actually like pump up your brand. So I'm looking at probably pausing that, but the thing is I want to finish comics, I want to do comics, not as in comics, but as in storytelling. Like I'm never gonna make a fucking full-length movie. It's just like I guess like I won't say never, but it's just the odds of doing it are very, very decreased. Whereas like doing a comic, I could do it now. It's just gonna be very bad, but I could actually get to the point where I'm actually pretty good. And then, you know, in essence, creating an intellectual property or an IP. See, this is why sometimes you do liquefy, if you're looking at this phase. Sometimes you do liquefy and it just doesn't work out, and you thought it did because you're so in the liquefy moment. So I always have to like check myself. There's one thing I didn't do here too that I know I probably should have done. Like the flip canvas macro on my little Cintiq remote, whatever like that, it just wasn't working for some reason. It's like really pissing me off, but so I didn't flip the canvas because it's just a funsy thing, but probably should have did it, you know. Yeah, that hair is way too long. I should have, you know, so the thing is with these things, with these overpaints, I have a lot of fun doing them because I don't really think, but with not thinking, there's a lot of problems with that. And again, you know what's really good about overpaint, even like with stuff like this, especially if you see the next video I do with my other daughter's painting, which is like it's all over the place. It's like an Alice in Wonderland crazy amalgamation, just cornucopia of just stuff everywhere. It's like trying to figure out what it is and what the characters represent, what what you're trying to showcase. But here, like yeah, like this is supposed to be a rabbit, and I don't know what. Just made it a cat. That brown outline doesn't work for me either. I don't know what I'm doing there. There's one thing I don't think I did in this one. So it's funny that I came in on this light rendering that you just saw like pretty late. I actually usually do that very early just to like solidify the piece and kind of give me an idea where I'm at. What am I doing here? Blurring the background? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that pumpkin on the left, like it's floating. Like, what am I doing? Like, it's. But again, this is what I mean. Like, these are fun. These are super fun for me. I just like, you know, put on the headphones and go, and it's just kind of cool. What am I doing? Adding noise? Of course, you need to add noise, guys. This is how you do art. You add noise and just move stuff around, man. Oh, okay. So just some other thoughts about like the whole art thing. Yeah, I think illustrations really like if you're trying to like really represent who you are as an artist, and even like if you think about it, like extra money for commissions. So you get like commission $25 to $100 or whatever. You use that $25 to, you know, invest it, and like, over time, you know, like taking a look at every dollar. If every dollar you do in art is extra money, I think that's a really good way to get ahead here. So yeah, I don't know that. I guess I don't know that doing art per se, like not being an entertainer, not being with not having a massive back end will really net you much right now. Could be wrong. Well, that's why it's kind of like I'm experimenting with this. What am I doing here? Am I going to actually use these leaves? 'Cause this is terrible. I don't think I'm gonna. There's no way I'm using these leaves, right? No way, right? Anyways, yeah. So yeah, the issue of going back to homeschool, I guess, going back to art fundamentals. So I've never actually done real studies or any fundamental stuff. I took one college class in art. I thought it was terrible, and I just probably wish I would have took it more seriously. I didn't even understand what learning. I never was like a really good student of being like an art student for anything, you know? It's like I was the kind of person who gets C's in art because I don't understand what the hell is going on. Like, what an assignment is. But I think I should probably be more studious, especially now that I understand learning and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be, there's no way that I'm keeping that right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so I was looking at doing 100 faces. I've done like, you're supposed to do what, 100 faces, that 100 faces challenge that Ahmed Adori did. You're supposed to do it in like 10 days. I'm like on like a month and I've done like 10 faces. Anyways, that's the whole video. Hope you liked it. Yeah. See you next time.